And welcome back. We're bringing where we left off last time in Fields of Glory Empires, where our campaign as the Romans is continuing. So we've unified Italian Inferior. We've got about half of Italia Superior. And if everything goes well over the next couple turns, we'll get the rest of Italia Superior, and then move up into Cisalpine. Oh, we have a prospect for resource, so let's drop it. I'm going to just drop it on Rome, see if we can find anything in Rome. The answer probably will be no. Okay, so the garrison did not surrender. They are pretty exhausted, so there's a decent possibility that we will just simply win this fight with no casualties. And that does appear to be the case. Okay, looks like the people we're planning on being at war with are also at war with the people we're currently at war with. To make this a weird, complicated, multi-sided affair. Control the Padus. Rome moves north. Extra legacy points. Ordered. Wait, so if I control Padus, I can make this decision. Because of the amount of new colonies will be founded in 2 regions. You also get a one-time reward of 150 legacy points. Regions north of the Padus River in northern Italy are good bulwark against barbarians. Veterans in the legions or plebs of Rome. Okay. A couple different choices on how we want to do when we basically complete that reward. So, specifically, we've been asked to go take Padus here, which is quite plausible. We're going to march into there. This unit is going to march up there and receive its reinforcements. And we are going to declare war on these guys. New people in the region. One of them is a slave, one of them is just a citizen. Okay, here's Epidus, which is where we're trying to specialize in food production. But Epidus already had an oil. Well, it might already have oil. Interesting. There's the trade goods overlay. I thought we were being told we had oil in there. Yeah, we have olive oil in this province, so we'd be building olive oil and olive oil. We just have native without having to build the oil mill is what's happening. Okay, that's the confusion there. Then that's not the building I want. Let's be fair. That's not the building I want. So let's do a reroll here. We want the next building and probably the next building to be farm buildings for this province, so we don't want it to be not a farm building. Umbria here can get pretty much anything. What are we being offered? Wheelmaker wouldn't be a bad choice. We are starting to think about going up to the third era, or third government tree, so maybe getting a little loyalty wouldn't be bad. We're just keep it easy and go clear water. Let's go clear water. Let's go the health bonus. You could build wells. We don't need you to build wells, though. Would actually rather you do smokehouse. Some health so we get more population growth. Okay. Campaign's going well. Building's going well. They haven't built any ports yet, so we don't really need to bring the fleet around. just let our armies march forward. Oh, and apparently we had the volcano go off here in Campania, which is why we're... No? Oh, that's why we're able to build even though we have no building slots. Because we lost one person to that. It doesn't stop building... Oh, and it broke something. Okay. It doesn't stop you building if you're already building something that takes no slots. Okay, still in the progressing tier, we have 4 of the 5 tokens. And the Bellicose Rome has declared war on the Senones, yes. And the Celtii are also fighting along them. Okay. I think we're still in a position where we should be able to support fairly aggressive action, so we're going to continue attacking. Siege will be done quick. We'll get it into Senones' Picenium here, get that province off of them, and then we'll just keep pushing. So, can you... You can. Both a Roman camp and a paved road. Pave the road first, obviously. You don't necessarily need the fortification down here. That's not really the food building I want you to do. Really want, like, wells. Or one of the better tier 2 ones, like the mill. You can take one of the 0 slots. We'll take the crafting district there, that's not bad. Another salt mine. This one's decently far away from our existing salt mine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is a good place for a salt mine. This is close enough to import from Tiberius, but that right now is our maximum range for importing from Tiberius, so building a salt mine here is not a bad idea. Smokehouse or Wheelmaker? Okay, let's go Smokehouse, because that's going to give access to the tier 2 health buildings to help with growing quicker. Camp in the north is going well. Okay, let's cycle the turn. $14 units versus 5. Our combat power is 94, so we're likely to win. Really just comes down to, are we taking any casualties doing this? 8 versus 2, 6 versus 2, 4 versus 1, yeah. This is not going their way at all. Nice, glorious victory. No casualties on us. We take the province. We have a sally coming out of the fort. Again, we well outnumber the attackers here, so they take a bunch of damage. All their units are exhausted even before they get into melee. 8 versus 2 is going to be what it is across the line, and they're not going to win that sort of exchange. And we just get 5 progress tokens, so we should have just promoted up into a Glorious Republic, and we have. We're now Glorious Republic. We now have Culture vs. Decadence still in the progressing range. If anything, we might actually want to go down from there and sit around on a stable Glorious Republic for a little bit, but yeah, we may not have the choice. Slave status and freedman laws, yes. What we want to do is we want to press this button. Slaves can now be freed under certain circumstances. Free some of my slaves, please. Under the superb government, the Optimist Party, Rome has been rejuvenated and is now known as the Glorious Republic of Rome. Also technically lowered our government age a little bit, which is maybe one of the reasons we're not really suffering from government age. Could grab Wells there, not too worried about it. Could grab Gymnasium there, which is tempting because this provides a health bonus. Or not a health bonus, a manpower bonus in addition to the health bonus. Sure. Quarry. Which one are we looking at? Alternus here? Yeah, okay, let's not do Quarry because we're already getting it from Tiberius. It's right next door. The stone. Loyalty bonus is not bad. Let's grab the loyalty bonus. Bycenia, we don't need you making food because the whole province makes enough food. Trinium, or Tresca. Etria. Yeah, Etria. See if we can call the province by the right name. We got a couple different choices here that would be good. Bring in honey from the capital to make wax. But that can only be already imported from some place. Training ground wouldn't be too bad. It would allow us to quickly upgrade and get the limes going. But we don't necessarily need that fortification right now. Oh, this is also the one where we might plan on turning into our food focus one. So that makes it a little bit more tempting to do Hempfield. Though we're getting that from right next door. Let's do the Clearwater then. Okay, they still got one wall intact, so we don't want to attempt to storm it. Are we still at war with you? It looks like they became a client state. No, in them becoming a client state, apparently they are at peace with us, I think. This might not be the best of fights. It is a marsh. Roman legions do not like marsh. Okay, so let's not attack immediately into there, in case, well, because I don't think it'll be a good fight, to be fair. Build a room camp, build a room camp. I thought you had, oh no, we upgraded to a, oh no, it already says a paved road. Okay. No, we upgraded to a paved road, that makes sense. It's like, I thought I upgraded the road there, and the answer is yes, yes you did. Aphodus. Looking for wells, looking for mill, did not pull either. Guard tower wouldn't be good because when we hit population 12 and we're already population 10, it goes away. So we'll end up doing the anchorage here. As a reroll option. Money wouldn't be bad. Fair is actually really good. 26 income. We get more from olive oil, we get more from leather, which means we just have to find ways to import them. Needs pottery, but that can be imported from the capital, so that's great. And requires track, which we have already. Cool. Track is like a level 0 version of Public Works. We don't need the loyalty bonus here. Could do the market. It would be better if we had some other things, but we could probably get those other things fairly easily. It's either that or... Actually, Wheelmaker wouldn't be a bad choice to start to build towards getting the tier 2 industry buildings. Okay, so that's the south buildings, that's the north buildings. You're building a thing. Don't necessarily want... We're building level 1 version of the fort. Don't necessarily want to upgrade it to the level 2 version. Might upgrade to level 2 version, but that would require a bit of money. And we might not have. We'll see. Decisions, what we got? Kicking about decisions. Just the one we've already told. Okay. Okay, we're still in the progressing tier, but we did drop a lot. We're at 26 of 26 in the progressing tier. Massilia is seeking an alliance with us. We'll actually, unless they're asking for something like really expensive, and this is just an alliance, just a generic alliance. Sure, we'll accept. Macedonia is proposing a deal. They'll provide us a unit of Javeliers and give us money for our metal. I'm on board with it. Technically, we're going to pay for the Javeliers, so it's not a complete freebie for us. But it's pretty free. Oil mill. Definitely don't need the oil mill. I'm tempted to pick the salt house here, smokehouse here, so we can move our cattle around a little bit more. The mill. The mill is definitely a good choice here. Plus 11 food. Can be upgraded. We'll be waiting around for... Oh no, apparently we grew the size 10, so we'll be back in just waiting for reroll territories for getting our well. The well is the other building we're looking for here for that specialization. You're not ready for upgrades. You need more commerce buildings. Oh, you already have the road, so obviously can't build the road where you got the road. Maxed out. Could build another salt mine. We don't need the salt mine there, though. Wash house. Don't need the health bonus that badly. Brickworks. Beautiful brickworks. Let's raise the loyalty a little bit. This isn't a bad tavern. This is a really good tavern, actually. It's giving us 22 money. So let's go with the tavern. We're developing this one into food. What do we actually want here, right? So we got a lucky pull with a natural waterfall here. We've got the stud and the flax field and the irrigation system. We do probably want we probably want the orchard and the farm and the granary, right? So we don't want to roll any of the existing food ones. So for the reroll effort, we will do the monument. It's not a bad reroll. Effectively a bad reroll. Not a bad reroll, I mean. Don't really need more loyalty in the capital. We could do fortune teller for loyalty. We don't want the airsure. We don't need the commerce that badly. We want commerce. We want lots of money to build stuff, but we don't need that badly. Watchtower. It's upgraded to the guard tower, which doesn't have the same problem. So we could definitely do that. That would definitely be not a bad choice. Yeah, let's go the watchtower. A little bit extra military building, especially if it's not taking up a slot. It's not bad. Let's actually swap the state of these two workers. So we want the Celtic citizen. Oh, actually, can't make that province. Oh, we only need to get it to food positive, or a little bit food positive. Oh, if you're only providing one food, okay. So we won't have any growth in the region, or in the province, but that'll work. Perfectly food balanced. Can focus on industry. That's fine. Okay, at this point, order the assault. And then we'll have the armies converge for the attack on Senones. Oh, that place is a place we can bolster a colony, so we'll bolster a colony there as well. Cycle the turn. And it fell without having to actually do the assault. The defenders surrendered. Good to know. Okay, we've dropped into the stable tier, which is probably fine. Not too worried about being in the stable tier right now. Rome and Macedonia have signed a trade deal. Yes, we did. We're now allied with Macedonia. Senones is proposing a deal. They relinquish their objective on us. Give us some metal. We're gonna counter-propose. I want you to cede the region that I occupy. Arguably, I want you to stop existing, but you're probably not willing to accept that. And let's say relinquish all your objective. Oh, you're not willing to go that far. Oh wait, no, maybe they are, just not with taking over the capital. Right, so drop that. 19%. We'll propose the treaty. It may not work. Disperse slaves throughout the region. One reason I'm doing quarry here is, I believe quarry adds the possibility of finding a marble vein. Otherwise, I'd probably be a little less prone to building quarries everywhere. But we are going to build a quarry here. And that is, I believe, I'm not looking at a guide or anything, because I know the guide would actually tell me. In which case it wouldn't be I believe, it'd be I know. And I don't know right now because I forget exactly what the guide says. Okay. Don't need any roads yet, but we don't necessarily need to keep this guy down here. In fact, actually, we should probably send him up here to build a garrison. So we'll go ahead and move into their province. If they don't accept the deal, they're going to face a big fight, basically. Agree to my terms or suffer. Or maybe agree to my terms and suffer. Because I think the fight will probably happen before they get to make the choice. So this is Rome proper. Well would not be the worst of choices. Preserved food wouldn't be the worst of choices either. Oh no, this is Arrhenius. So we don't want to do them food because we're going to do food here. This place is getting offered the orchard. Orchard is not a bad choice. We'll do orchard. That's a good choice. We can do preserve food here. Or yeah, let's do preserve food here. These guys don't need to work food anymore. Oh, we don't need these guys working culture, so we'll make them work money. They're not going to necessarily be super efficient there for a moment, because that is the territory we just took over. The bank. We make a bunch of money from a bank. Oh, a lot of money from a bank. Given the circumstances, a lot of money from a bank at the capital is not a bad idea. Preceptor house or land expansion. Very tempted to go the Preceptor house, but right now we don't have the Papyrus, and land expansion is also good, so we're going to go land expansion. We are working towards getting the Papyrus, so when we do get that Papyrus, we're going to be so rich. Because I've been pre-building Preceptor houses, which are costing us 15 a pop. Let's build a port there. We could bolster a colony. Oh, no. The only colony we could bolster is the one we're already bolstering. Okay. Decisions. Any of these we want to interact with? No, except for the one we're already interacting with. Okay. Or already interacting with. Whoops. And hit the X button. And we'll cycle the turn. Because I didn't see a battle there, I think they accepted the peace deal. Otria is now conquered, and after several arduous battles, the priests are celebrating the festivities. Festivities is a moment of triumph. In addition to Rome getting 100 legacy points, some veteran soldiers will be discharged of the service, plus 2 population, while the rest will train in new recruits. All units gain 25 XP each. Cool. Was that in the capital? Maybe. Not sure where those people got dropped. Oh, no, they're hiding behind their walls. Okay, that works for me. That totally works for me. Probably actually means we can probably detach the second army in a bit. So we're not at war with those guys, right? No. We've got a goal to take over Potus. So we do want to take over Potus. Which means we need to be at war with the people that they are subjects to. Which is the Rati up here. Hello, it's wartime. We'll be declaring war on them next turn. Yeah, we'll go Crafting District. Crafting District is always nice. It does open a lot of commerce buildings, so if there's very specific commerce buildings you're looking for, opening the Crafting District is not always the best idea. Let's go Salt House. I was tempted to go the quarry there, but that was Twathla Peninsula House Quarry. This is Aphrodite. We really want wells at this point for there. So we're gonna shuffle it. Because basically we're looking for wells so that we can upgrade wells to the next thing, so we can upgrade it again, and then that's what we wanted to specialize that province as. So we want the last slot available for doing that. If anything, we actually want one more slot there so that we can keep building. We got 11 free slots here, so we got lots of building capacity. This is going to be one of our other provinces we're going to specialize as food, so granary here is not a bad idea. It's basically going to be the bread basket for Italia Superior. Could do health, could do quarry. Actually, I think we're gonna go fish, because we want more commerce buildings. We get the 6 commerce buildings, and we can upgrade the regional road to paved. And then Clanus. Orient Tribune for the loyalty is not a bad idea. We are starting to sneak towards being a tier 3 government. Rome, in particular, has a severe problem, potentially, with having civil wars if you have provinces below 75 opinion, or 75 loyalty. So we are going to want to keep our loyalty up high in most places, if we can help it, to avoid civil wars from just occurring back to back to back. Well, that's on. Why can't you... You are early Roman Republic. Oh, we have no slots there. We need a building slot. I'm like, why can't I build the Roman camp? The Roman camp takes a slot. That's why you still gotta meet the requirements to do the building thing. Still gotta meet the requirements to do the building thing. So other than having nothing to do with the Legionnaire that I want to do building with, I think we're good. Good and golden. No colonies to bolster. We can do prospecting for some resources. I don't necessarily know the RNG rules behind resources. I'll go and drop one at Tiberius. I know it slightly favors terrain, so like if you want gold, you don't do prospecting in plains, for example. But that's basically my limitations there. Not super up to tech with what prospecting does. It does clear some of the bad province modifiers, but most of the bad province modifiers are from the DLC campaign to keep you from expanding outside of historical areas mostly, or to inhibit your expansion. Less so on the main campaign here. Okay, let's go ahead and cycle the turn. We're waiting to be at war with these guys, and then we'll send our main army off to take over Padua, or Padus here, as we march into Cisalpine Gaul. Everything's going according to plan. We're back up in the progressing tier. Okay. We haven't really done anything to get more culture. Invoking the dubious Casus Belli, Rome has declared war on them. Yeah, okay. Sinus is proposing subtle peace. We'll view. We're not really incited to give you much. Counter proposal. They're like, relinquish objective, relinquish objective, relinquish objective. Like, I want your stuff. Like, I might let you keep your city that you've actually got, but the stuff that I've taken from you, I want. No, and become a client state. Yeah, they're not willing to do that. We'll offer that. They're probably not going to accept that. If I say displace Rome's, we're going to do displace them. Spread them out a little bit more. And the rid of our armies, which is Rome 1, is going to march into Padus. Oh, we now have a Colonia here. Huh. Not actually sure the rules. I know they're mostly granted for events, what the rules are for Colonia showing up, or what events make them show up. Could we get an iron mine here? We have the 6 food buildings we need to upgrade the irrigation system, irrigation canals, which is the papyrus. So we're just waiting for that now. So it's tossed up between iron mine and slave market. I think we'll go to iron mine. Could do wells here. We're not desperate for wells. Could do slave market here or training ground. I think we do want more slave markets. As terrible as that is, for game mechanics reasons, we need a decent number of slave markets. Somewhere between 4 to 10 is ideal. We're far enough away from the closest cattle that this is not a great place for a tannery. Could do watchtower. For more military stuff. Sure, it doesn't take up slots, so it's basically a free... Well, it's not a free reroll. It costs some infrastructure, but it's a reroll that provides more than a reroll. Here, we want the well. So, this is a reroll. Take the reroll. We're not going to build the guardhouse because it's going to disappear in 2 population. That's why. Is very good when you got a border province though. That has like 5 or something. We're just that province is just too far gone for that to be valuable. Shipyard would not be bad from an equipment standpoint. which will allow us to build faster, build bigger stuff faster. Also gives us access to heavy ships. Those are conditional. Yeah, let's go to the shipyard there. It's not a bad choice. Okay, we'll build harbor here. We just saw that we have the ability to upgrade this to pay for it, so that reminds me to send a guy down to do paving there. To Velitas. We'll march them north. We'll move them into the existing army. And we have more skirmishers. Okay. Oh, those are the javelins that I paid for. I think they're basically just the same as normal skirmishers. They're a little bit better than normal skirmishers, I think, but that's about it. Yeah, Agile. They get +1 attack bonus in Rough and Forest, and they have good skirmisher instead of regular skirmisher. So we'll also send them up there. Join an existing army. Okay, construction's looking good. Money's going well. No colonies to bolster. Most of these regional decisions I'm not actually that interested in. We did the slave markets one, okay. We arrive at the province. They've got 10, we got 15. As you can see there, our combat power is much higher, so our 15 are far higher quality of theirs. Rain phased. Lots of theirs are exhausted in the first exchange. 8 versus 2 is just going to be bad for them. On the flanks, we got our flankers, to be fair, aren't the greatest. Everything that's not a flanker is having an absolute field day, completely destroying everything they're coming across. Whoops. I just clicked outside the window. Wondering why I'm whoopsing there. The check mark is in the top right, and I clicked outside the window, just missing the check mark. There we go. So, total victory, complete destruction of the army ran across, taking the province for us. We're just accept that battle. It's 15 versus 1. We're not doing any damage. And we're still in the progressing tier. I think we just took a thing that gave us a point of progress, which is why we were up 1 progress, not because we rolled 1. Yeah, this is one of our objectives. We control one of our objectives now. This is in Cisalpine. So for the moment, this does want to food balance itself. Though it makes enough food that that's not an issue. We're not worried about shoving money into the region, so that's fine. Crafting district. Oh, this is actually far enough along. It might be worth making this food province. It's got 4 of the like 6 or something, right? So. Oh, that's the same argument there. We got pretty decent there. We have 5 of the 6. We'll still do the orchard there. The orchard will be fine. How's the siege going? We're at the point where we should just merge everyone into one army and order the assault. Order the assault, put them out of their misery. Build some regional roads. Oh, and apparently we can bolster that colony again. We're not going to. We'll save the bolster colony for something else. Federate barbarians. I think we have to be at peace with the barbarians, to be fair for that. Apula. Could upgrade the port. Could build the monument. Let's build the monument. Here's the farm. We now have 2 open slots. So, not worried about building a building right now. Probably going to build this plantation. So this is good. This basically is an upgrade to the large farm, as it says. We're going to get 21 more food, is what it's saying. It's going to cost a little bit of manpower because it's basically pretty heavy food generating building. Generates the grain trade good, which we don't really need, but that's fine. If we ever make tools in any of the neighboring provinces, this place will make 10 or make 20 more food. So yeah, for a building, that's a great building. It's not technically what we're looking for, but it's not going to delay us. Well, it's going to delay us the amount of time it takes to build it, and that's about it. Russian Tribune, that's good. Thinking the Weaver. Weaver would not be bad, yeah. Get some more commerce building, start working towards paved road. Monument. We got some... I think it's Italic citizens of the wrong culture? No. Right culture. Okay. We just have so many that are starting to provide more unrest. Okay, that's fair. So we could do the cult site. Would give us a little bit more faith. Isn't necessarily helping with the loyalty problems we have here. Though we have loyalty problems from under pacification, which goes away next turn. So let's not worry about that. Was this the place I was going to build the... No. Could go for the M4 fabrication. This is a building that turns food into money. More money, the more food you can destroy with it, basically. Or we could go for the Wheelmaker. Let's go with the Wheelmaker. Let's stack more industry here. And Etrusca, which is the place we're going for food, has irrigation canals. So 2 nearby structures will produce more. Expected base changes 6 money, 10 culture, and provides 18 more food. And this is not including the commerce changes from us now providing papyrus. This is just places that actually get a benefit from papyrus, not needing papyrus. So this is definitely a no-brainer. Build the irrigation canals. Anyway, so we've taken over Padua. What was the decision related to Padua? Or Padus? Control Padus. All 2 of the conditions must be true. Own it. Region of Padus is equal, or the understands Padus is equal to or owned by us. And one of the 3 conditions is true. Bulgaria, Temeria, Incubus is enemy. Region owner of Terrace and Venetia is status D, enemy. Thesis Venetia. Okay, they also want me to declare war on the boy. That's what's going on. We can do that. We can declare war on the boy so we can complete our need for our decision there. And then we can claim our reward on the next turn. Okay, the walls are breached. We've already ordered the salt, so that should be fine. Okay. We should soon control everything south of the river. And the storming does go in. They've got 1 guy left, so they're having a bad day. Though they didn't surrender, so that guy had a little bit more spine than some of the people we faced. Field battle. Going our way. Didn't necessarily go all our way. We did take a little bit of damage, but enough of our way that we take it over with little to no problem. So yeah, we should be in the state where we can complete our decision and then go on the offensive against the people we're at war with. Proposing a deal. They give us money, they give us manpower, or metal. We give them metal. Or no, we give them manpower. We got manpower to spend, so that's not a problem. And we provide them access to 3 units of Latin foot. Sure. Technically, they pay for the foot troops. It's not completely free for them. But they get our legional recruitment that way. Relationship we're so bad between Rome and Boy that war has erupted between us. Good to see. They're proposing peace. I don't know how they're planning on working that peace, but okay. So, we can now do our decision on the control of Pedus. So, we can form the colonies with veterans from the legions, which will immediately damage all my legions. Now, granted, if they're properly supplied, they'll recover in a turn. We can go on the offensive again. Aemilia and Pedus will gain 1 extra Roman citizen and 1 extra military structure. Or we could go with this option and get a legionnaire in exchange. Instead of having 2 people each region, one of the regions will get the thing. We don't really need the legionnaire, so we'd probably actually prefer found colonies or found colonies. I'll take the hit to all the legions for the moment. We'll go found colonies with legions. We're going to develop infrastructure. We can pay for it because we've gotten the money. In the army now, we'll swap you over to money. Is tempting to go on the offensive, but we're not going to because we know our guys are about to get hit with a bit of damage. Preceptor House. Yep, we'll do Preceptor House. We're working on getting the Papyrus there, so the Preceptor House will be good once that's done. I think we're going to go Salt House here. Health and food. Always good if you have the input good. And we should do the Oration Tribune. And I'm just realizing, looking at the time, that I should have put a part break in about 10 minutes ago. So I'm going to put the part break in now. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow, because I'm going to record at least 1 more part. We'll see if I record another part. I probably won't. This upcoming part should probably be the last part. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. We're going to record 1 more part at least. And until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.